Hello there, Aquarius, and welcome to your January 2023 reading. Thanks for stopping by today and checking out this video. If you like what you see, click on that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button before you leave. All right, so I would like to start out with a totem animal for the month of January today for this reading. So this animal will represent spirit is around you whenever you see it in your daily life or on TV, someone's talking about it, you hear about this animal on the radio, etc., etc. This is a sign from spirit that you are loved and protected and supported. Your animal is bison, which is abundance. Sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. Okay. Aquarius, you have an ability, or you have some kind of streak of abundance, but you have an ability to create a lot of abundance in your life. I don't know that anybody around you or even yourself can explain it. It's almost an uncanny way of, almost like a luck. You get certain things just happen to you. Your life is filled with a lot of goodness. Not that it doesn't have its own, your life, it's not that you have this great perfect life. It might be mistaken by people outside of who know you, might see it that way, because you seem to have things just given to you, or you haven't had to really work hard. It's just a part of your karma, your life, your choices, your attitude, the way you are and how you go about things. But at the bottom says, teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. I feel like when I read that, I feel like, prayer. I feel like maybe you're the type of person that's like, why pray? It doesn't do anything. How about we look at prayer from a different perspective? In my opinion, prayer and meditation are very, very similar. Some meditation is about just zoning out and listening to what's going on around you, or listening to what's going on inside. Some meditation is about trying to focus on something and trying to make something manifest that you want, which is what prayer is. Prayer makes you slow down, figure out what you want, and ask for what you want, and then you let it go and see what happens. Sometimes we want something so bad that we start worrying about it and start festering and messing with the energy so that it can't go out and do what it needs to do. So I don't know if that strikes a chord for you, where you've prayed or you've asked for things, and you're the type of person that will keep asking or keep wondering or keep, like, you're hanging on to the energy instead of, okay, I want a better job, and letting it go. And then, or casting a spell. If you're understanding or knowing what that means, it's kind of the same thing. It's focusing your energy, you know what you want, and putting energy into it to try to make it manifest. Sometimes we have to revisit because we'll get something manifest, but it didn't work out quite the right way or whatever. But for you, things have always come to you easily until you actually ask and you want a particular thing. And then it seems like, for lack of a better, the way it came to me is God's against me. God doesn't like me, or when I really need something, I can't get it. Those kinds of thoughts, I feel like, are in your head at times. And maybe there's a particular situation, especially coming into January, that feels like you've been trying to get something, or you've been trying to get a certain way, or you're trying to get somewhere. And there just keeps seeming to be block after block, barrier after barrier, obstacle after obstacle. And it's like you're just frustrated. And the people that see you as privileged or you just get things handed to you, don't see this part of you. They don't understand. And that's frustrating. And I feel like part of what could be the issue is not being grateful for what has been handed to you, not being grateful or sharing or expressing gratitude for what has been given to you, or not even acknowledging or realizing how much has been given to you. You've probably been told so many times, oh, everything is so easy for you, it's just given to you. It's easy to just, when you have so many things, it's easy to take things for granted. So take some time in January to look at things and really be grateful and thankful for what you have. And what you don't have, don't be so frustrated and angry that you don't have the things that you want right away. I think if you take some time to be more grateful and share and express your gratitude, that will shift your energy. It'll be easier for you to make requests and let it go and let it happen and let the universe take care of your needs and wants instead of trying to fight for it so hard. Let's get some more information. Spirit, tell me more about Aquarius in January, please. What else is there to know for January for Aquarius, Spirit? Thicket of Thorns, uncertainty. Okay, that makes sense. There's a sense of uncertainty and you're having a hard time. You're having a hard time understanding the universe or understanding how to make things happen. Whereas when you don't even try, things do come to you. Things do happen. So there's this weird uncertainty. There are butterflies in this picture and there is a deer. These things may mean something to you. When you see them, pay attention. There could be information headed your way, or maybe there's a song stuck in your head and those particular lyrics mean something. You looked at a picture and there were butterflies and you had a song in your head, and whatever that particular phrase has a new meaning, even though it's like a song you've known forever. There's a particular phrase and the way it hits you, it just gives you a different idea. It hits your intuition or something. Pay attention to those signs. And then we have Wise Woman of the Grove, Grace. This picture has a picture of like a treasure with a ruby. I think that this is Spirit acknowledging you're a wise woman. You have been given things. Things come easily for you when you're not even trying. You've had a life of grace. You've had a life of ease more than the average person. But that doesn't mean you're unaware of your gifts or unaware of your status or unaware that you have had it easier than maybe a lot of the friends in your group or a lot of other family members with different, like cousins or uncles or whatever. But you've been touched. I want to say you have a connection to the spirit realm that you don't know how to explain. And that's partly why things get given to you the way they do. But then when you try to make it happen, it gets all messed up. So it's a weird dynamic, and I understand it. I just hope I'm explaining it so that you can understand it as well. All right, let's get some more cards. Spirit, tell me more about Aquarius for the month of January, please. We have miracles, ancient wisdom. Okay, you have a deep connection. Actually, ancestors came up, and both of these cards have woods, forests. So I feel like you've got connection to trees. You've got connection to your ancestors. There's also, it looks like a falcon or something on top of this person's head. So that could signify perception, higher knowledge, messages from the divine, from above. Like I said, you have a connection to the spirit realm that the average, not necessarily the average person, but you just have a connection that's different or more so than the people in your immediate group. And this is Spirit acknowledging that and making sure that you know, understand that, and probably at some point wants you to own it. Like really own it. Help people understand that you have this connection and that's why you have the things that you do. And it might inspire them to try to connect more with whatever their spirituality is. Next card is balance, stability, standing firm. So that's the trick, right? The balance. You've got the uncertainty, but you've got the connection. You try and you can't get what you're really trying for, but you get things that you don't even try to get. You understand that you're privileged and you feel like you are grateful because you know that you have more than, let's say, your group of friends or extended family, co-workers, peers, that kind of thing. You understand that you have that and you're grateful for it, but there's a part of you that kind of takes some of it for granted, and it's hard to explain because it's easy to see, okay, yes, I have more than most people and I am grateful for it because I wouldn't know what to do if I was in their shoes when I have to pay $2,000 rent, but I only make $3,000 a month. How do I do that? I'm so grateful I don't have that. That's different than I am so grateful for my home with 5 bedrooms. I'm so grateful for the job that I have that treats me well. I'm so grateful for the benefits that I have. I am so grateful that I have a connection to spirit that helps me. You know, there's a difference in being grateful for not having to deal with what other people deal with and being grateful for the things you actually have. I hope that clears it up or helps you to see the difference. While I'm not saying you're not grateful, there's different ways of expressing or seeing or understanding or sharing it with spirit what you're really grateful for. But you can make miracles happen, and it's an ancient, I want to say you're an old soul. You were probably somebody important, like a high priest or priestess in older times and past lives, or you were a confidant to a king or a queen, you know, something like that. So you've got knowledge. I think there's probably even knowledge that you haven't fully tapped into yet. So start a meditation practice, start practicing prayer and really defining what you want, and maybe even look into spell work so that it can help you focus and help you put together something to ask for the things that you want. It's also helpful to look at the phases of the moon, knowing when to bring stuff to you, which is when the moon is getting full, after the moon is full and going to dark. That's the stuff where you want, that's the time where you want to release things that no longer serve you or no longer helpful to you. So that could even be part of how you manifest or how you connect and acknowledge and show gratitude. All right, Spirit. Tell me more about Aquarius in January, please. What else should Aquarius know about the month of January? First off, we have the Six of Swords. All right, so this card talks about moving away from choppy waters or turbulent emotions into more calm water, and taking those that are closest to you with you, but also with the swords in the water. I like to see those as symbols of truth or lessons that you bring with you, that they're sharp and they hurt, but they're necessary. And that is with being uncertain, being in this phase of being uncertain about yourself, what you can do, what you're capable of, how you can make things happen, how you can make things better for the world, for the people closest to you, for yourself. All of that uncertainty, as you walk through that uncertainty and learn things, you take them with you, okay? You take those harsh truths with you, and the people who love you come with you, and you may, which also means maybe sometimes leaving behind relationships too that no longer serve. Under Wise Woman of the Grove, you have the Moon. The Moon card, okay. This can symbolize deep, unconscious ideas, wisdom, and it's under the Wise Woman of the Grove. And I brought up the moon earlier, the phases of the moon. So I think this is confirmation. Learn the phases of the moon. Learn how to work with those energies. This picture also shows a wolf on one side and a dog on the other, which is also representative of our wild side and our tame side. They're both chained, which I find interesting. So I think this card might be a call for trying to break those chains, or what the idea of what wild means, of what tame means. If you land somewhere in the middle, or maybe you feel more wild than society would prefer to see someone, or maybe you just feel so tame that you don't have enough aggression or assertive to go forward and get the things that you want. But there's also a lobster, it looks like here, coming out of the water. So it's like your head above water. You're starting to get a grip of on the emotional part of this, on the emotional aspect, and keeping afloat. And being okay with it all, really. Being okay with the wise woman, the ancient wisdom. Tapping into all of that is something really important. And it ties you to your higher self and your past lives. And again, you know, we've got bison as your main animal, but if you see like a falcon or bird of prey, butterflies usually mean transformation. Deer has to do with innocence. And then you have, like I said, the wild and tame aspects of your personality, and what looks like a lobster. And I'm not sure what lobster represents, but I'm sure you could look that up and find out. Okay, under miracles, we have the Five of Cups. Okay. I feel like miracles, your ancient wisdom, has come with a price. Especially being next to the moon and being subconscious. There may be something in a past life, a past time, that you had to sacrifice something, let go of something, lose something, grieve over somebody or something to attain this wisdom, or to have this wisdom. There's something really sad about your ancient wisdom. But I feel like it's on a subconscious level. You might be aware of it on some level, but I think it's still mostly hidden and in the subconscious. And getting in touch with the wise woman, with yourself, the wise, whether you're male or female, but the ancient wisdom, and getting in touch with your higher self and getting to know who you are on more than just as this human, reveals some things, and there is some sorrow involved. Even this card has a little bit of sorrow to it. So the good news is being more aware of yourself, your abilities, being more honest about who and what you are and what you're capable of will go a long way. Facing some of this loss and this aggravation, or irritation, sorrow. You can't escape it, but in the end, there is balance. There is stability and standing firm in your beliefs and ideas. And the tarot card for that is the Four of Coins. Okay. So this card is about, it can be about hoarding, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting more learning how to save, organize, learning about what is valuable and what isn't. Oh, that's where your stability comes in. Going through this uncertainty, you're learning valuable lessons, sharp, pointy lessons here about what's real, what's not, what's truly valuable and what's not, what truly has meaning to you and what doesn't. It's separating you from the you that you think you need to be for society, because society has rules and ideas that if you don't follow, you'll be outcast or you'll be treated differently, etc., etc. I think you know what I mean. So stability, you gain that stability by learning about what's valuable and what's not. And the things that are valuable, you tuck away and keep safe. You probably could be organizing things and making sure that what's valuable to you is in a certain place, taken care of, and what's not so valuable can be out for the public to see. And I'm talking about yourself and your physical belongings and things of that nature. So, like I said, while going through this process could be unnerving and there's harsh lessons to learn, it's going to be so worth it. And it looks like by the end of January, you're going to start feeling stronger and more stable and capable of knowing what's good, what's not so good, and what's valuable and what isn't. All right. Let's pull one final card, please, Spirit, for Aquarius for January. One final piece of advice for January, Spirit, for Aquarius. Wish. Make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. That is perfect. Wishing. Wishing is type of a prayer or type of spell casting or a type of meditation. This is perfect to finish this. Use this as your way to pray, and don't forget to be grateful for what you already have and what has already been sent your way. But make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. So that's pretty cool. Or make a wish upon a star, right? Whatever works for you. I think that's all the messages that I have for you, Aquarius. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks again for watching, and may the cosmos bless you with love and light. Namaste.